In this quick video, I'm going to explain to you why it's really important not to dismiss somebody who has anxiety by saying to them, there's nothing to worry about. Now, I'm going to do this by sharing a metaphor. Now, I want you to imagine that you are on a motorway and you are driving your car and you reach the speed of 70 miles an hour. And when you reach this speed, your car starts to feel really strange. You can't put your finger on why. You just know that it doesn't usually feel this way. So you start to worry and you decide to come off the motorway and you go to the nearest garage and you explain to the mechanic, and the mechanic checks your car over. And the mechanic says to you, no, I've checked the car and everything seems fine. So then you decide to get back on the motorway and continue your journey. The same thing happens again and the car starts to feel really strange when it reaches 70 miles an hour. So you then start to panic and worry and you decide to get a second opinion. So you come off the motorway again and you go to another garage. And again, the mechanic checks the car over and says to you, no, everything seems absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the car. So then you start to think to yourself, am I imagining this? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with the car that they're not picking up on? Is there something wrong with the motorway? And you are just left to worry because, of course, nobody is giving you the answers. But you decide to trust the mechanic and get back on the motorway. But again, for a third time, the same thing starts to happen. So you come straight off the motorway. And by this point, you're really starting to worry and panic about what this means. And you go to a third garage. Now, at this garage, the mechanic again checks the car over and he comes over to you and he says, there's nothing wrong with the car. However, it is quite common for these cars to feel this way when you go over a certain speed. But there is something that you can do to prevent this from happening. Immediately, you feel relieved, you feel understood, and the worry is taken away from you. So, of course, you then feel like you can continue your journey safely, understanding that if it does happen again, it's completely normal and there is actually something that you can do about it. Now, anxiety is exactly the same. If somebody is experiencing anxiety and they do not understand what is happening and they do not feel understood, then they are left to kind of worry even more about what it means, which then actually causes the anxiety to get a lot worse and adds that additional worry onto them. So if somebody you know is experiencing anxiety, it's just really important to kind of reassure them that what they're going through is completely normal. They are completely safe. However, there are things that they can do in order to help themselves and there is support available. So I hope this is, it's been useful for yourself if you are somebody who has anxiety, and you can share this with your family and friends, or if you have a family member or a friend who has anxiety, then hopefully this metaphor will help you in understanding what it is they need from you.